morning everybody, this is Lisa from the Family Sustainability Hub. Come along with us today to Haigh Hall. Following, are we, Grandad? So I believe it's actually from the National Park. Grandad's going fast, he's just going the speed limit. So it's about a 15-mile drive that we're doing. It's 45 minutes to Wigan.
We're not going that way.
We're not going that way. And I believe it's like a big manor house with lots of forests and things like that, so I'll show you around.
Can we walk around this walk, please? Thank you.
So this was a lovely little bird watching section, and actually there was loads of birds, so I think they've been feeding them, and the kids must have seen 20 little birds. So this bit was like a miniature railway. I don't think it's actually in use at the minute though. Then you've got a typical pond with ducks and herons and all that jazz. Lots of places to play in the forest, and there was also a thing where you could take a picture of a tree and then send your tree picture into the Wigan like storytelling thing. And if you haven't guessed, this is where we got on the train, and my youngest being very dramatic, and it takes you all the way from one end of the gardens to the other. We actually paid for a return, which is £6 per adult, £4 per child, and I thought it was actually definitely worth the money. The only thing to note is that my 2-year-old did keep trying to get out of the door because the door just literally shuts, it doesn't lock, so just be aware of that when you're on the train. There is a cabin behind where you can sit on and keep your kids enclosed, but I didn't know this at the time. So this is where the train turns around and leads back the opposite way, and that's what I was saying, we got a return ticket so we could go all the way to the end and all the way back. But there was lots of people that also got off as well.
So we've just finished our day out at Haigh Hall. It was fantastic. I'll put all the details down below and I'll add it to the Family Sustainability Hub for you to find. We're now on our way to McDonald's, of course. And my daughter just wanted me to tell you that the train was really, really good and definitely worth going on because we've seen a reindeer running across the tracks.
Right, now that it's the evening, I feel like I can actually talk to you because the kids are in bed. Haigh Hall, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, is near Wigan. Today we must have spent around 3 hours at Haigh Hall. It was £4 to park, and there was a decent sized car park. So it's registration plate recognition when you go in and then you pay when you leave. Really, we could have just spent that and then obviously used all the facilities for the day. There was 11 activities, but I think we only did 2 or 3 because we were walking around the forest and, you know, exploring all the dens and the trees and all that kind of thing. And we went on the train. So the train was £6 per adult, and it was free if they were under 4. So both of my kids are under 4, so they were free. If they're over 4, it was £4 each, which is still, I suppose, a reasonable price. However, if you didn't go on the train, you know, it's £4 for your whole day. And I did take a picnic. I take a picnic everywhere I go, just because it's convenient. And when the kids are hungry, aren't they? No matter where you are. So I tend to do that. I definitely recommend. It was slightly busier today because it was like the first Monday of the 6 weeks holiday. However, I'm definitely going to be going back because I've done like 2 or 3 things, like I said, out of those 11 activities all around. So big parks, small parks, depending on your age of your children. There was crazy golf. There was obviously the train. There was reindeer. We actually seen, as my kids were saying, a reindeer, Father Christmas's reindeer in the trees, which was really nice. yeah, so I hope that helps. And definitely returning. I thought it was a really, really good place to go. Super affordable. I think it's one of the it's part of the National Trust. And usually national it can be really expensive, can't it, to park at the National Trust, but actually this was only £4, so it was super, super cheap. Um Definitely recommend, and I am going to be adding them to the Family Sustainability Hub. So if you've enjoyed that and you want to see more of these places, please head over to thefamilysustainabilityhub.com, where it's a parenting directory, and I'm adding lots of places like this so you can actually have affordable days out. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.